The best beer store in the West, with 2 stores at Shop 2, number 13 Adelphi Boulevard, Point Cook, and 78 Pierce Street, Altona. Hopheads offers one of the widest selection of local and international craft beer in Victoria. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at HopheadsAU. Hopheads, we're here for beer.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. You can now get takeaway Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Phone your order through on 7021 0555 between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgesonvista.com.au, but orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Head to our website georgesonvista.com.au to check out our menu, combo packs and our specials. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from George's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start the show this evening with a somber mood, an announcement by George Cross Football Club. Today, we're deeply saddened by the devastating news that Eddie Gauci has lost his battle with cancer and passed away. We send our deepest condolences to Ed's wife Lynn, his sons Jonathan, Lewis and Ryan, his mum and dad, and his brothers and sister. Ed is a long lifetime member of our club, and his passing will be felt by everybody associated with the club, as well as the Football Australia, Football Victoria and the wider football community, as well as the Melton City Council. Ed was valued as a sponsor and supporting parent to Ryan on his football journey. But our deepest gratitude to Ed was that he was the architect of the transition to our new facilities. Ed was the driving force and worked tirelessly with Melton City Council. He created a working committee and was totally involved in the entire operation. It is primarily thanks to Ed that we have a world-class environment, and it will remain his legacy. Ed will mostly be remembered for his larger-than-life personality. He was always kind, respectful, and humble, and everybody loved Ed. He was a friend to all that knew him. A man greatly respected, wonderfully loved, and sadly missed. We are all better people for having the privilege of sharing in his amazing life. We will be forever grateful for Eddie's contribution to our club, and although gone, he will never be forgotten. Due to the current COVID restrictions, we're unable to get together to celebrate Ed's life. However, we will do so when they're given the opportunity. R.I.P. Eddie Gauci, from Mark Sultana, George Cross President.
Yes, indeed. It's a very somber note to start tonight's Football Fan Zone, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tonchi Prusak. Craig, very nice words there from the George Cross president, Mark Sultana, to open up the show. And our hearts go out to everyone at the Caroline Springs George Cross, and indeed the entire Gauci family. Look, he was an incredible man, a real mover and shaker. The Victorian football community has lost one of its best. And once again, our thoughts go out to everyone at Caroline Springs George Cross. Craig, you certainly knew him a lot better than I did. A massive man as far as his status and stature is concerned. We've lost a real significant football man in our community.
Yes, Tonch, I think legends are used in far too easily nowadays. And I think those that know Eddie, and I've known him for a couple of years now, he is a legend. He will always be remembered at George Cross Football Club. As Mark said, he was the instigator behind everything that's gone on in the last couple of years. And also to the Football Out West show, Tonch, it was Eddie, along with Mark, that backed us to do what we do. So it'll be, I'm sure there'll be a few sad tears and stuff up George Cross, but remember him for what he was. He was a fantastic bloke, and everybody that knew him wouldn't have a bad way to say about him. So rest in peace, Ed, and we'll all have a drink for you tonight, mate.
We will indeed, and the sooner this COVID crisis, let's call it, eases, we can get up to the magnificent Georgie's on Vista Bistro and the Ed Gauci Bar. Cannot wait. Once again, may he rest in peace in our hearts, and go out to everyone at the George Cross Football Club.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. You can now get takeaway Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Phone your order through on 7021 0555 between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgiesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Head to our website, georgiesonvista.com.au, to check out our menu, combo packs and our specials. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from Georgie's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.
Good evening all, and welcome to a special edition of the Football Fan Zone tonight. We are dedicating tonight's show to a man that has left an incredible legacy, an absolute fantastic legacy at the Caroline Springs George Cross, to the late Ed Gauci. Once again, hearts and thoughts with everyone at Caroline Springs George Cross Football Club, and indeed his family. Gents, it's match a day 12 today of the inaugural Hopheads Football IQ quiz. And a very good warm welcome to Steve Curtin. Steve, how are you, my friend? How's the weekend been for you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Tonch and Craig. G'day, guys. It's been a busy one. We've been out and about and running all over the place, but it's good to get back in here and get everyone together. And very kind and nice words from Craig there about Ed Gauci, and very sad to hear what's a great man's life is no longer, and what a fantastic legacy that he leaves with us. And it's going to be a good show tonight. I hope we can enjoy ourselves in the quarterfinal, the last quarterfinal, the big one between Sebastopol and Yarraville. So looking forward to seeing who can get that last spot in the semi-finals, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a look at the schedule there. We can, as the schedule has been brought up there. Craig, this is the business end of the season now, or business end of the tournament. Who will it be between Yarraville Glory and Sebastopol Vikings to meet up against the St. Albans Saints in the semi-final? But if you can go through the scores of the quarterfinal games played thus far.
We can, yeah. So match day 9 on Thursday, 17th of September, saw Goshbit Bears defeat Barwing Soccer Club 10-8. On the following Sunday, the 20th, North Geelong defeated Sunbury United in a tough tussle there to go through. So the first of the semi-finals, we'll see Goshbit Bears take on North Geelong. On Thursday evening, we saw St. Albans Saints defeat Brimbam Ballions in a bit of a nail biter with a sudden death question at when the game was at 5-5. And St. Albans scored that winning goal. And obviously tonight we have Sebastopol Vikings taking on Yarraville Glory for the last spot. Tonch,
yeah,
who's your money on tonight if you're a betting man?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. I reckon Michael from Sebastopol might be just a tad flustered. We had some technical problems about 10 minutes before going on air, but all is sorted. And he's in a green room. I think, yeah, he was going to do a Joey Giacomozzo almost. So if he can calm the nerves down, if he can settle a little bit down, well, then Sebastopol might be looking good. Yarraville, though, Andrew Taylor from Yarraville, he won't be about to give up. So it's going to be a perler of a contest tonight. But there you go. There's the semi-final fixtures. Gospic Bears taking on North Geelong Warriors in an all-Croatian semi-final there to be played this Thursday at 7 p.m. And then the second semi-final next Sunday, we'll see St. Albans Saints come up against the winner of one of these two sides. So whichever side it's going to be, it's going to be exciting. I cannot wait. But yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm going to be sort of on the fence, and I'm going to say the better team is going.
Flinders from out your ass. Come on.
What about you, Steve? Who are you? Who do you think will probably join the Saints in the all important clash?
I think it'll go right down to the wire. I'm just going to get a tiebreaker question ready here because it could go the journey tonight.
I reckon it will.
It'll be the full 5 sets.
Yeah, I reckon it will go into a tiebreak. Gents, I reckon I'll let you guys step away from the microphone for the time being, and we'll get yourselves all ready for the news desk, and that is coming up very, very shortly, folks. Don't go away. It's match day 12 of the Hopheads Football IQ Quiz, proudly sponsored by Hopheads Altona and Point Cook, and soon to be Yarraville. Don't go away, folks.
Good evening. Welcome to the news desk. It's Sunday, the 27th of September 2020, and we'll just start tonight with some of those results from the UK, from the English Premier League last night. And in that early fixture, it was a new definition of getting out of jail for Manchester United with a 3-2 win over Brighton at Brighton after the final whistle had sounded. That VAR decision for that blocked header from Harry Maguire that grazed the hand of his opponent, and Bruno Fernandes on the spot there to convert the penalty for a 3-2 win there. So as we said, definitely the new definition of getting out of jail there. Everton continuing their good early season form with a 2-1 win over Crystal Palace on the road. It was West Brom that caused a stir for Chelsea, rushing to a 3-0 lead before Chelsea hit back to peg the result back to a 3-3 at full time, with that final goal coming in injury time. And getting on the board for the first time for the season, Southampton with a 1-0 win over Burnley, guys. So it's a mixed bag of results, but the high-scoring games continue in the EPL.
Yeah, the Manchester United one was something else, wasn't it? What was it?
Sure was.
98 minutes and a penalty. The referee had actually blown up for the game and then had VAR in his ear to say that it was a penalty. But right decision, rightly or wrongly. I think Brighton with a better side on the day, and as you said, Steve, Manchester United definitely got a out of jail free cards on that result. So, but the surprise is Everton. 3 out of 3. Conceded, got a plus 5 goal difference already, and Calvert-Lewis is looking like a top player, isn't he? Scored in every game.
Yeah, well, he's certainly a good pick in your fantasy team at the moment. I'm a bit annoyed that I don't have him, but yeah, he's on fire. And yeah, some of their new signings, James Rodriguez and co, looking pretty tidy in their attack. And that first goal that they scored in that match there was very easy on the eye, certainly. Yeah. Good team build up. So
obviously still early days yet, but there are a few teams there still on a 100% win record. Everton obviously up the top, 3 from 3, but you got Leicester City, Arsenal, Liverpool as well, doing extremely well, and even Aston Villa at the moment. They've got a 1 win from 1 game, but I'm sure that will change, no doubt. We've got some more games coming up over the next couple of days. There we go. Sheffield United taking on Leeds United tonight.
Yeah, got the early kickoff tonight, which is quite good for everyone who wants to just tune in at 9 o'clock. We will be the lead in for that program. 9 o'clock there. Sheffield United, the Blades taking on Leeds. Also tonight after that one, Tottenham, Newcastle, followed by Man City, Leicester, West Ham and Wolves. And then there's Fulham and Aston Villa and Liverpool. Arsenal, a big one to round out the fixtures. Those two are Tuesday morning our time, and that will be the end of match day 3 of the EPL.
Yeah, I'm sure after that there'll be a few of those teams that won't have a 100% win record after this weekend.
Yeah.
Any other news, Steve?
All right, well, let's go to Europe now. We've got news about a young Socceroo who's making some moves in Europe, and it is Adrian Hustic, who has departed his Dutch club Groningen after a successful stint there, and he will be heading to the Bundesliga. So the Socceroos have another star in the top 5 European leagues again after Adrian Hustic's Dutch club Groningen accepted a bid from a Bundesliga club, Eintracht Frankfurt. The transfer represents the biggest move of the offseason so far for any Aussie men's player, as Hustic leaves the Eredivisie after 72 senior appearances in the Dutch top flight. Hustic joins Matt Leckie as the only 2 Socceroos set to play regularly in the German top tier this season after coming through the youth ranks at Groningen over the past 5 years. Interestingly, the transfer, which has now been sealed, as reported by German outlet Kicker, comes 2 days after Hustic publicly threatened Groningen with free agency and his hesitancy to fully commit to games if the move was blocked there. So that sort of thing, we're maybe seeing more of that now. But anyway, he didn't have to resort to any kind of litigation there. His move is on. He's off to Germany, off to Frankfurt. So good news for the young Socceroos winger.
Now, that is a good move for several reasons. Obviously, for the Socceroos as well, the fact that they're able to now get another player who's going to be in the top 5 leagues in Europe, because we really, I mean, as you've seen there, Matt Leckie is the only other Australian player in the Bundesliga. And as for any other Socceroos around Europe, not too many of them, unfortunately. So that is a very significant move, Craig.
Yeah, look, it's good for him. It's good for football. The fact that there is 2 players playing in that Bundesliga, as you said, and you look at, we spoke about it a couple of times on the show over the last couple of weeks. We've only got 1 player in the EPL at the moment, and that's not looking good for him. So the more young players we can get playing at the highest level, the better the Socceroos will be for it. So good on him.
Yeah.
Yep, and just a bit of other transfer news. We've heard that Red Star Belgrade have sold Socceroos defender Milos Degenek to Belgian club Genk. Degenek is set to link up with fellow Socceroo Danny Vukovic at Genk, who is currently out of action after testing positive to COVID-19. Red Star agreed a $1.7 million sum for the Socceroos defender due to financial issues arising from the COVID pandemic and the early Champions League exit there. So, slight step up there in leagues, I suppose, there for Milos Degenek, who will move from Genk, but obviously he is sad to leave the club that he supported as a boy. Also, another Socceroos player in action last night was Adam Taggart, scoring an amazing hat-trick for the K-League strugglers Suwon Blue Wings in their crunch relegation fighting 3-1 win against FC Seoul. And a bit of news from Melbourne Victory. They are finalising the signings of a 29-year-old winger named Callum McManaman, who is a free agent after leaving Luton Town, and the 30-year-old midfielder Jacob Butterfield. Both are English, no Morales or Stewart, as previously reported. This is according to SBS The World Game. Also, another ex-Victory player, Newcastle Jets defender James Donachie, who only just arrived at the club from Melbourne Victory, will instead head to the Indian Super League's FC Goa on a season-long loan. So yet another player packing his bags for the subcontinent there to play his football and play his trade over there. And that is it for the news desk from me tonight, guys.
Well, there you go. Even when there's nothing happening, there's a lot happening around the scenes, that's for sure. Craig, any news to report?
No, nothing from me. I've been far too busy this weekend, unfortunately, guys, but I'm a little bit behind with everything today. But, great job, Steve. Well done.
Well done, mate. All right, then, guys. Well, I'll let you guys step away from the microphone yet again. We're going to take a little bit of a break. When we return, it's going to be the all-important quarter-final clash. And I tell you what, it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a great one between 2 sides, Sebastopol Vikings and Yarraville Glory, who are going to be keen to make it into the last 4. Don't go away, folks. On the other side of the break, we're going to have quarter-final 4 action.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. You can now get takeaway Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Phone your order through on 7021 0555 between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgiesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Head to our website, georgesonvista.com.au, to check out our menu, combo packs, and our specials. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from George's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.
The best beer store in the West, with 2 stores at Shop 2, number 13, Adelphi Boulevard, Point Cook, and 78 Pierce Street, Altona. Hopheads offers one of the widest selection of local and international craft beer in Victoria. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at HopheadsAU. Hopheads, we're here for beer.
And welcome back to the Football Fan Zone. Gents, it's time. The quarterfinal clash. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to leave it in your capable hands, and I'm going to make a move.
Okay, thanks, Tonch.
All the best, fellas. All the best. Go! 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 Go!
Yeah. Yep, that's that button there. That sound effect is probably reflective of how we're feeling on a Sunday night after a bit of a hectic weekend. But, Craig, looking forward to these questions tonight. They've been prepared by none other than Mr. Tonchi Prusak, the man who is behind the scenes, pressing the buttons now. So we're looking forward to seeing how his questions go. I've had a look at them. They are very comprehensive. And if you want to learn a thing or two, bit of detailed backstory about some fine trivia in football, both domestically here in Victoria, Australia, and overseas, don't go anywhere. This will be a great lesson for everyone who wants to be schooled in their knowledge of football, would you say?
Absolutely. Some great questions in there. I think the last couple of weeks we've had some really tough questions, but as we keep saying, it is a competition. It is to find out whose knowledge is best, and they think the questions are tough tonight. Wait till see what we got coming up in the semi-finals. There's going to be some rotters in there.
That's right. Now, we hope not to scare anyone away. We don't want any forfeits in the semis, but we will keep the standard up and keep it challenging. Now, I think we shouldn't wait any longer. It's time to introduce Mr. Michael Besija, the man who's been waiting to be on the show since match day 1, when he got over the line in his first round match against Williamstown. He scored 6 points on that night to get over the line, 6-3. He's been in the green room now. He's been having some technical difficulties with his sound, but the good news is he can hear us. We can hear him. It's from Sebastopol Vikings. It's a very warm welcome to you, Mr. Michael Besija. How are you tonight?
I'm fantastic. It's been it's been interesting. It's been a long wait to get to participate again. But after watching Joey a couple of weeks ago, I've been at least a little bit relieved that I haven't been the worst person dealing with the technical difficulties so far. So that's a little bit of a relief. That's probably the main thing.
You were very good.
I was going to introduce you as Joey tonight.
Look, and can I just have 1 second to say, I look, it's a bit of a sad episode tonight. I was fortunate enough to spend a little bit of time at Caroline Springs and spend a bit of time with Ed himself, and Ryan as well, as a person being quite close over a significant period of time. Football doesn't always end the way you want things to end, but look, Ed was a fantastic person, someone who acted with integrity and with the utmost best interest of the game. And today to see that he was no longer with us was quite a shock, and puts a bit of a somber mood on what we're doing here. But I just would like to, I suppose, from myself to Ed and Ryan and his family, just echo my sentiments to them that he's a fantastic person, acted with integrity at all times, and I'm sure his legacy will live on far longer than I suppose we can remember, and that might not be the most supportive idea right now, but I think in longer term will be something to revere by. So yeah, look, all my best to his family, to Ryan, to everyone, and it's quite a shock and somber mood to go into. So yeah.
Fantastic words, Michael. Thanks very much, mate. I know you were obviously at George Cross for a period, so I think think everybody in the football community will feel the same thoughts tonight. So
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for that, mate.
Okay, thanks for those kind words, Michael. Now, it's time to meet your opponent tonight. It's Andrew Taylor of Yarraville Glory, who's also been patiently waiting, not quite as long as you've been forced to wait, but he's been waiting a little while since he got over the line there against Altona Magic in the second last of the first round matches. So he's maybe you're coming in off a bit of a spell. Maybe he's a little bit more match hardened, maybe from recent competition. But we'll see how we go. So we'll cross over to the man from Mackay Reserve, the home of Yarraville Glory. It's Mr. Andrew Taylor. A very good evening to you. And that's a very interesting looking Andrew Taylor. That is not Andrew Taylor.
Not Andrew. I don't know what Andrew's done. I think we've scared him because Andrew, we haven't got Andrew. We're going to try and get in touch with Andrew.
Take me off screen, and I'll give him a quick call, mate.
I would never do this. I would always be. I've got the utmost professionalism about this.
Well, unfortunately, we don't know where Andrew was. He was on prior to the show, so hopefully everything is still fine. But Craig will get in touch with him. But Michael, let's have a chat a little bit about Sebastopol. Obviously. Regional Victoria, we're a little bit luckier than metropolitan Melbourne. I guess there is an opportunity to have a little bit of training, if so be, even though the season's not going to go ahead. Has there been any talk about having any training or anything like that?
Yeah, look, there hasn't been. We haven't really entered that train of thought just yet. It's tough. It's been so tough for everyone. I know that from a player's perspective, they want to get back on the field, they want to have a kick, they want to play. But from a coaching perspective, people.
Andrew's here. Sorry.
Hey, Andrew.
You've got me. How you going?
Good, mate.
Very good.
Now, while we wait for Craig to come back on, we'll just have a little bit of a chat about what is happening at the club. So, sorry, Michael, continue about what you were talking about.
No, look, we were just saying that, look, from a Ballarat perspective, we're a little bit more fortunate than people in the regional, metropolitan areas, and we're allowed to, experience, go at it a little bit more. But from a football club point of view, we've kind of just kept things as the way they are. We'll get back into things once we can in the probably September, November type of period. But at the moment, we're just enjoying what we can do and trying to be COVID safe just experience what we can.
Okay, very good. Thank you for the update from Sebastopol. Now, Andrew Taylor, how are you going tonight? What's happening there?
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, going well. Michael was just wondering if there would be any penalty or point deduction or anything like that for the late appearance tonight, but I'm sure it's purely accidental and not some kind of strategic sabotage to cycle Michael out.
I think I'm going to need all the points I can get, so I don't think any deductions are going to help me out.
Very good, very good. Well, we're looking forward to this one, and as Craig and I were mentioning earlier, the questions tonight, they've been prepared by none other than Tonchi Prusak, so these are the bee's knees, these ones. We're really looking forward to seeing how you guys tackle these ones. Now, Andrew, you are the away team tonight, so I'll let you give a call of heads or tails, and you can choose which set of questions you like, the A set of questions and go first, or the B set of questions and go second. So heads or tails?
Tails.
And tails it is. So would you like to go first, or would you like to send Michael in?
I'll go first.
Okay, so Andrew, he's locked in the A questions for tonight. Michael will be on the B set of questions. That's locked away, so there'll be no surprises now from our point of view, at least. And we will get started in just a moment. Craig, we need to go through the rules and regulations again.
Yeah, we can touch on them.
Terms and conditions.
We can touch on them, Steve. So 10 questions, guys, all multiple choice. There will be one question that you get an opportunity to gain 5 points. And there will be a question at the end that I think there may be a question at the end. Either way, there will be an opportunity at some point through the quiz to offer the question to the opposition if you get it wrong. So just keep an eye out on all the questions because you won't know when it's going to be offered over. But 10 questions, multiple choice, first answer. You do get 10 seconds to answer each question. So make sure you use your time wisely.
All right, well, without any further ado, let's get this show on the road for the quiz. It's the final quarterfinal. It's Andrew against Michael. It's Yarraville against Sebastopol. And there is the first question of the night coming your way, Andrew. And Craig will be on the mic to read it out now.
Okay. Andrew, first question for you. How many divisions are there currently in the New South Wales MPL men's competition? Is it A, 4, B, 3, C, 2, or D, 1? Your 10-second start now. Okay, Andrew. Is it A, B, C, or D?
I'll imagine it'd be the same as us. So I'd say, how many we got now? I'll say 3.
You're going to go
B3.
with you're going to go with B3. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, B3. Is he correct? Unfortunately, he's not. There are 4 divisions with 12 teams in each. MPL New South Wales 1 and 3, 11 teams in Division 2 and 4, making a grand total of 46 teams in New South Wales Elite competition.
Okay, that's quite a lot. I thought 3 was a lot here. So 4 in New South Wales. There you go. They're just trying to be one step ahead, perhaps. Let's go across to Michael now of Sebastopol Vikings to see if he can get one up on Andrew after one question.
Okay, Michael, can you hear us okay?
I can.
Okay, mate. How many teams make up the Queensland MPL men's competition? Is it A, 12, B, 14, C, 10, or D, 11?
Ooh, it's a good question. I'm going to go with A, 12.
You're going to go with A, 12. Is he correct? Unfortunately, no, it's B14. There are 14 teams in MPL Queensland, and there is just one single division, unlike New South Wales and Victoria, which has multiple divisions in the MPL competition. Prior to this week, Olympic FC were on top, 2 points ahead of Lions FC.
All right, there you go. So 0-0 after one question each. Both answers quite good logic behind them, I would have thought, but neither of them turning out to be right. But question 2 now coming your way, Andrew.
Okay, Andrew, question number 2. What about the ladies? How many divisions are there currently in the New South Wales MPL women's competition? Is it A4, B3, C2, and D1? And before Michael starts Googling, don't worry, because there's not a question on women's football for you in the next one.
I'll say,
Okay.
I'll go C,
3,
2.
or D1.
I'll go C2.
You're going to go C2.
Yeah.
Was that a guess? Or did you have some help?
Complete guess, yeah.
All right. He's correct. He is. There are 2 divisions with 12 teams in Division 1, 11 teams in Division 2. Sydney University head Division 1, whilst North Shore Mariners are on top in the Division 2 standing. Okay, question number 2 for Sebastopol. Staying with the Sunshine State, how many teams make up the Queensland MPL women's competition? So I lied. It's A12, B14, C10, and D11.
C, 10. That's a complete guess.
He's going for C10. Is he correct? No, he's not. There are 11 teams in new MPLW Queensland. Once again, there is only a single division. Lions FC on top after 14 rounds with 34 points, narrowly ahead of Logan Lighting and Cabalpa Soccer Club. Okay, so after 2 questions each, Yarraville Glory 1 goal ahead. A long way to go.
Okay, that was a bit of a tricky question, that one, with the odd number of teams. But anyway, we're going to go abroad now for question 3 for Andrew of Yarraville Glory.
Question number 3. Denny Juric is younger brother of Socceroo Tommy and currently plays in the Croatian First Division for HNK Šibenik. Recently, he scored his debut goal for Šibenik. Who was it against? Was it A, Lokomotiva Zagreb, B, NK Osijek, C, Dinamo Zagreb, or D, Hajduk Split?
Lock in B.
You're going to lock in BNK Osijek. Is he correct?
No.
No. It's actually Lokomotiva Zagreb. He scored in the 2-1 recent 2-1 win against Lokomotiva Zagreb in Simiak. It's the first win of the season for the newly promoted Dalmatian outfit. Lokomotiva, incidentally, also has an Australian-Croatian connection. The general manager is Geelong-born Denis Gudicic, who appeared as a guest on the Geelong Region Soccer Show not so long ago.
That's absolutely correct.
He did.
Okay, it's question 3 for Michael. See if he can level it up at 1-1.
Okay, Michael, speaking of Lokomotiva Zagreb and the Australian connection there is yet another green and gold link at the capital city-based Fran Karasic, a defender who was almost selected for the Socceroos in 2018 World Cup squad, despite having never set foot on Australian shores. He's currently playing at Lokomotiva on loan from which other Croatian first division club? Is it A, Hajduk Split, B, Dinamo Zagreb, C, NK Rijeka, or D, NK Osijek? Your 10-second start now.
Could you have not gone the other side of the border and I might have had a bit of a chance?
Nope.
Look, I don't think it's high. I don't think it's Dinamo. I'm going to go with Osijek, D.
You're going to lock in D, NK Osijek. Is he correct? To get on the board. No, he's not. Dinamo Zagreb. He was signed by earlier this season, but was returned to Lokomotiva on loan. The club were last season. He was captain, has been a regular fixture, right full back for 5 years, working his way up through the club's youth system. He was eligible for the Socceroos thanks to his father, who was born in Sydney and was dual Australian-Croatian citizen. Another interesting bit of trivia from Stato: whenever Lokomotiva score a home goal, Kylie Minogue's Locomotion is played as a song over the PA. Only Tonchi could dig that out of the drains.
Yes, that's it. A nice question there by Tonch. So at the moment there, it's a bit of a nail biter. It's only 1-0. So we've got that tiebreaker question ready if we need it at the end of the show tonight. But looks like Michael's in a bit of a high traffic area there. Michael, whereabouts do we find you tonight?
You may find me at the pub.
Okay, so pub trivia's gone sort of semi-virtual, semi-in-person there. So this is what we've wanted to see. This is regional Victoria at its finest.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. This is I've watched every single episode. I've never gone 3 questions without getting one right until tonight. This is the ultimate choke.
Oh, well, there's another 7 left. We could get a record.
That's all right. Plenty to go. We've still got that Who Am I, where there's a maximum of 5 points on offer. Michael, at this time, we usually just stop and pause after 3 questions each and let you have a bit of a break from the stress of these tough questions from Tonch and let you just reflect on what's happening in your world at the moment. And perhaps let's talk about your football affiliations abroad. What teams do you follow and who's impressing you at the moment?
Yeah, look, I am a incredibly sad individual with the Aston Villa supporter. So look, things are actually looking okay. Pretty fortunate from an Aston Villa point of view to have spent a bit of money over the last 12 to 18 months compared to what we have in the last 3 or 4 years. So, scraped through by the skin of our teeth last year to stay in the Premier League. But things are looking up. Invested another 88 million this year, and it doesn't look like business is finished just yet. So, yeah, look, things are looking positive. But certainly, if you've been an Aston Villa supporter, you're far from expectant, I suppose, is probably the way of best explaining that.
Yeah, well,
you managed to keep hold of Jack Grealish, which was probably a huge signing for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, that's enormous, really. Probably playing a little bit on the fact that he's an Aston Villa man through and through. Been in the club since he's 6 years old. captain of the club. That doesn't happen too often. It's a bit of a fairy tale story, really. And from my perspective, absolutely delighted to keep him there. But certainly don't expect that he owes us as a supporter anything. To get us back to the Premier League, which he probably did, carry us back through, and you'd be a bit naive to say that he single-handedly didn't keep us in the Premier League last year. So Jack Grealish shows nothing to the club, but being a fellow man 66 years old, it's been enormous, and hopefully we can hold on to him for a couple more years and keep pushing up the table, and he wants to stick around and be a part of the next phase of the club, which is pretty exciting if we can keep going that way.
All right, yeah, certainly better to have Grealish than not have him. And Ollie Watkins, the new signing, I'm sure there's very high hopes for him coming in from Brentford in that front three for Villa. Now let's go across to Yarraville. Now there's been a lot of comments of support coming in for Big Red here. Andrew Taylor. Andrew, who's your team overseas?
Well, Michael's saying he's had a tough time with Villa, but I reckon I can do him one better. I'm a Leeds United fan, so we're finally back in the big time, playing some good football in the first two games. So
it won't last.
We've got a good manager, and I think we just need a bit of stability to stay in the Premier League for a couple of years and then try and grow on that. But it's been a tough, nearly a couple of decades since I think we got relegated when I was about 10 years old. So all the way down to League One, and we're finally back. So it's good. It's good just to see our name next to the big five again.
I just have to leave these light bulbs open, otherwise it's not classy.
Got a bit hectic in the background there, but what was your initial thoughts when the club signed Marcelo Bielsa when back in the Championship? Was it sheer surprise as much as everyone else, and excitement as well?
Yeah, it was. Like we went through a few difficult owners, which sort of went cheap on managers. Just got a lot of local guys from lower clubs, and it never really worked. So we always thought we needed a big manager just to attract some better names to the club. But I didn't think he was going to have the effect that he did, especially straight away. He's a unique manager, and he has his own style, and he never really veers away from it. Even if we're not getting, the performance that we want on the pitch, he'll just stick by it. And he's all about the statistics, and it's just the way he is, and it's obviously worked for him. But knowing his background, I wasn't too sure if he was going to leave after 2 days or stay for the whole season. So.
Yeah, is he very similar in his management style to Paul Donnelly?
Yeah, Paul thinks he's a bit of an Alex Ferguson. He said he played under him when he was younger, and he thinks Fergie learned a lot off him back in the day.
I'll wait for the comments to come up now. There we go. All good.
Very good, very good. Well, certainly Leeds have played a big part in the high-scoring start to this year's EPL. Now, just to digress tonight, not high-scoring so far in the quiz, but that could change as we move into question 4, as we get this show back on the road. Question 4 coming at you, Andrew, from Yarraville Glory. Let's see if you can double your tally.
Okay, Andrew, when the now defunct National Soccer League NSL was set to be formed, the Victorian clubs decided to boycott the proposed new competition, which was to be known as the Phillips National Soccer League. That is until one club broke the deadlock and 3 other clubs followed it into the inaugural competition. Which club was it? Was it A, South Melbourne Hellas, B, Heidelberg United, Footscray Just, or second start now?
I'll just take a punt with South Melbourne, just given they're the biggest club. So I'll go A.
You're going to lock in A, South Melbourne, to take a 2-goal league. Is he correct? Yes, and the Victorian clubs decided not to take part until Tom Daly of the ambitious Moolabah broke the logjam by announcing his club had applied for membership. Roy Hall and Bill Murray in their fascinating book, The World Game Down Under.
Okay, well, there you go. A good piece of history going back to the formation of the National League back there in the mid-70s. back when football was really kicking off, so to speak. And now we're going to go across to Michael for his question 4.
Okay, Michael, staying in the NSL competition, the 4 inaugural Victorian clubs that took part in the inaugural NSL competition back in 1977 included Moolbark, South Melbourne, Footscray Just, and which other club was it? A, Sunshine George Cross, B, Fitzroy United Alexander, C, Preston Macedonia, or D, Melbourne Croatia?
Jeez, I actually backed myself into know some of these things, but these questions, I'm going to go with A, Sunshine.
You're going to go with Sunshine George Cross, A,
With no confidence.
to level up the scores at 1-1 after 4 questions. Is he correct? No. Fitzroy Alexandra was the answer, was later to become Heidelberg Alexander and is known today as Heidelberg United. Soon after the NSL started in 1978, the club started negotiating to move its base to Heidelberg, but the contract wasn't finalised until 1982 when they formally moved to its current home at Olympic Village.
That's the one club I didn't go with because I thought that was Fitzroy Serbia. Turns out they just changed to Heidelberg Alexander. There you go.
There we go.
There you go. So a bit of history there for you. And that Phillips National Soccer League there, that is the golden age of graphic design. That looks absolutely fantastic. All right, well, we've got one more question each before the commercial break, and let's go back to Andrew to see if he can double his tally on question 5.
A nice, easy one. Which English club does the following logo belong to? Is it A, Oldham Athletic, B, Newcastle United, C, Luton Town, or D, Queen's Park Rangers?
B, Newcastle United.
You sure?
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Don't want to change your mind to Luton Town?
I'll play it safe, I think.
It looks very similar to the Queen's Park Rangers badge. You sure? Yes, of course it is. Nice, easy one. Hailing from the north of England, Newcastle United are known as the Magpies and were formed in 1892. They're easily recognised by the black and white striped uniform that have had their fair share of success over their history, most notably in their early years. So another point there for Yarraville Glory. Takes a 2-goal lead, but we now have an opportunity for Michael and Sebastopol Vikings to get on the board with a relatively easy one, I think.
Oh,
Michael,
please.
pressure's on.
Yes. Leeds United. Thank you.
I'm going to read it.
Thank you. I was
No
worried.
time wasted there.
Not even going to. Obviously, Tom, you knew what the questions were going to be like for you from the start, so he thought he'd give you an easy one.
Thank you.
There you go, guys. Well done. So we've had some very, very tough questions, and then just a couple of tap-ins from the 6-yard box there to get you certainly well and truly on the board there now. So it's Andrew Taylor of Yarraville. He's leading Michael Besieger of the Sebastopol Vikings 2-1 at halftime in the Hopheads Football IQ Quiz, the final quarterfinal. And we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these messages.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. You can now get takeaway Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Phone your order through on 7021 0555 between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Head to our website, georgesonvista.com.au, to check out our menu, combo packs and our specials. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from George's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.
The best beer store in the West, with 2 stores at Shop 2, number 13, Adelphi Boulevard, Point Cook, and 78 Pierce Street, Altona. Hopheads offers one of the widest selection of local and international craft beer in Victoria. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at HopheadsAU. Hopheads, we're here for beer.
Welcome back to the Hopheads Football IQ Quiz, and a big thank you to our sponsors. George's on Vista. Get your orders in for takeaway. And that chicken parmesan on that graphic there looks quite good. So make sure that you're have a peruse of the menu and just choose what you like to have next weekend and get that delivered to your place. And Hopheads as well, big thank you to them. The voucher for tonight's winner, a $50 voucher for Hopheads, their latest item on their Facebook page, the Sabotage Sour IPA. I'm a big fan of the sour beer, so I wouldn't mind trying that out myself sometime. But right now, what's important is question 6. So I'm going to launch back into it. And it's going to be question 6 coming your way, Andrew.
Okay, Andrew, let's go. Okay, this is for 5 points. I was born in 1945 and represented my country 103 times. For 5 points, who is it?
The only person that's popped into my head is Pele, so I'll go with him.
Pele's a great answer for 5 points. Let's see if you're correct. Although making my mark as a defender, I did score on 14 occasions for the national team between 1964 and 1977 for 3 points. Who am I?
Beckenbauer?
Franz Beckenbauer. Another good answer. Let's see if he's correct. Considered a bit of a revolutionary in my time. Won the European Football of the Year awards for 2 points. Who am I?
I don't know.
Remember, you can have as many guesses as you want.
Bobby Charlton.
Bobby Charlton. Okay, final question. I have the nickname De Kaiser. Is it A, Franz Beckenbauer, B, Johan Cruyff, C, Michel Platini, or D, Lothar Matthäus?
I'll stick with Beckenbauer.
You're going to go with Beckenbauer for 3 points. Is he correct? Absolutely. Great guess for 3 points. Widely regarded to be one of the greatest players in the history of sport. Munich, born at one player who started out as a midfielder, but made his name as a central defender. He also credited having invented the modern sweeper. Great answer, Steve.
That was fantastic. The Kaiser getting Andrew on the board with another 3 points there. He moves on to 5. So the guys from Yarraville will be very proud of his efforts so far, but that's pressure now on Michael Basija. Can he make a quick reply here in his Who Am I question? It is on the screen now. Good luck, Michael.
I was a former professional football player with 539 appearances and 73 goals for 7 different clubs and ex-manager. I am currently a sports commentator in the UK for Sky Sports for 5 points. Who am I?
Paul Merson.
Paul Merson. That's a great answer. For 3 points. I made my mark as a midfielder and was captain of my national team, for whom I made 54 appearances for 3 points. Who am I?
Roy Keane.
Another great answer. 2 points. I was a one-time captain of Liverpool, finished my playing career at Rangers before eventually returning to both clubs as a manager for 2 points. Who am I?
I should get that from there, but I can't. I was a one-time captain of Liverpool. That's neither of my guesses.
So is your guess? Do you want to go to the next question for a point?
I can't think of it. Yeah, give me the options.
Okay. In my playing days, I also played for Tottenham Hotspur, Middlesbrough, and Sampdoria. Is it A, Stevie Nicol, B,
Graham Souness, isn't it?
C, Ray Clements, or D, Graham Souness?
I think it's Graham Souness.
Graham Souness is correct. Graham Souness playing career is best remembered for his 7th season at Liverpool, where he played 247 times for the Mighty Reds. At Anfield, he won 5 league championships, 3 European Cups, and 4 League Cups. He enjoyed a 6-match guest playing stint at West Adelaide in the NSL's inaugural season. And just so you know, I didn't write these questions, and I certainly wouldn't have said the Mighty Reds. So just so you know. So it is Graham Souness is the answer for 1 point. So after 6 questions, Yarraville Glory have a 3-goal advantage over Sebastopol Vikings. So a fair bit of work to do. Michael.
Okay, well, let's go on to question 7 now for Andrew, who's looking to extend his lead of 3 points.
German Bundesliga club, Fußball Club Schalke 04, hails from which northwestern German city? Is it A, Schalke, Nuremberg, C, Gelsenkirchen,
Gelsenkirchen,
or D, Cologne? Andrew.
I'll go C. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it.
No, I want you to. No, you have to.
Gelsenkirchen.
Go on.
Gelsenkirchen.
Very good. Gelsenkirchen is the 11th largest city of Germany's most populous federal state of the North Rhine. And its 262,528 inhabitants make it the 25th largest city of Germany. Schalke's home ground, the 62th capacity, is the arena of Schalke, was one of the 12 German cities to host a match during the 2006 FIFA World Cup. So, C, Gelsenkirchen is correct, and that takes you to 6 points.
There you go. So as you can see in the comments there, the fans watching on, they're enjoying Tonchi's questions tonight. And I certainly like this combination of geography and football in that question there. So he's done well there, Tonchi. Let's go on to Team B, question 7, coming to you, Michael.
Okay, Michael, Serie A club Atalanta hails from which Italian city? Is it A, Genoa, B, Lombardia, C, Bergamo, or D, Firenze?
Oh, it's B or C. Atlanta, Bergamo, C.
So are we locking in, mate?
C.
We're locking in C, Bergamo. Is he correct? Absolutely he is. Bergamo is a city in the Alpine Lombardy region of northern Italy, approximately 40 kilometers northeast of Milan and just 30 kilometers from the border of Switzerland. It has only 122,000 inhabitants, but its greater region has about 500,000. Atalanta plays its home game at the 25,000 seat capacity, the Gewiss Stadium.
There you go. So Bergamo hit hard in that first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, but their team Atalanta did them proud in the Champions League, no doubt punching well above their weight in that restart of the Champions League a couple of months ago. Let's go to question 8 now, and it's coming your way, Andrew.
Tonch is getting really trigger happy with these questions. He's putting them out so they get an extra 10 seconds. Who am I? Named pixelated Italian footballer. Is it A, Leonardo Bonucci, B, Alessandro Del Piero, C, Matteo De Salago, or D, Jorginho? Your 10 seconds start now.
Leonardo Bonucci.
Leonardo Bonucci.
Confident.
He was straight at the blocks with that one, wasn't he?
Yep.
Is he correct?
Aguero!
Actually, no, sorry. I pressed the wrong button there, didn't I? Let me put up the right one, shall I? It's one
Keep them on their toes, Craig.
It's actually Jorginho is the answer. George Louis Frello Fio, best known as Jorginho, plays as a midfielder for the EPL club Chelsea and has made a total of 23 appearances for the Italian national team since 2016. Born in Brazil, Jorginho moved to Italy at the age of 15 and began his professional career with the Verona youth team before being promoted to the senior team. He earned Italian citizenship thanks to his grandfather, a Brazilian who holds an Italian passport. But Jorginho actually credits his mother with encouraging his love for football. No apologies for that, guys, but it is Jorginho is the answer.
All right, so there we go. The defensive midfielder is the pixelated footballer there. Now let's go across to Michael to see if he can get another point on the board here.
Michael.
And we've lost Michael for the moment, have we?
No, we haven't. I'm here.
Well, he's still there. He's still there. He's still in the pub. Okay, Michael.
Who am I? Name the pixelated Welsh footballer. Is it A, Ethan Ampadu, B, Joe Allen, C, Ryan Giggs, or D, Gareth Bale?
It's not the last two. I thought Joe Allen doesn't have that much hair. I'm going to go with A.
What's his name?
Ethan. His name's Ethan.
What?
Pandu.
It is. Ethan Ampadu is a centre-back or defensive midfield player for EPL club Sheffield United on loan from Chelsea. He made his senior debut for Wales in 2016. Ampadu previously played for Exeter City, where he became the youngest player to play for the first club's first team, aged just 15 years. Good answer for that one. It brings you a point closer with just 3 questions to go. 2 questions to go.
Okay, yeah, locked at, what are we on now? 6-4. 6-4 in favour of Yarraville. And we've got a question about, it's a former A-League team.
Who was the inaugural captain of the now defunct A-League team from Townsville, the North Queensland Fury? Is it A, Robbie Middleby, B, Ufuk Tulai, C, Robbie Fowler, or D, Justin Pasfield? Your 10 seconds start now.
It's got to be Robbie Fowler, I think.
Robbie Fowler is his answer.
Robbie Middleby.
Robbie Middleby, you said, did you? Or Robbie Fowler?
Oh, I said Robbie Fowler.
You did say Robbie Fowler. Either way, they're both wrong. It was B. Ufuk Talay is the answer to that question. Ufuk Talay is today the coach of Wellington Phoenix and was captain of the Fury from 2009 until 2011 and made a total of 33 appearances from the Townsville-based club that played its games at pretty cool Dairy Farmer Stadium. It's a shame they're no longer around in the A-League, but a reincarnated version of North Fury FC competes in the Queensland National Premier League competition. So, an opportunity for Michael to get back into the tie.
All right, it's another defunct A-League team here, and we'll go to you now, Michael.
Staying at the theme of the defunct team, as you said, who was the inaugural captain of another Queensland side that is no longer around in the A-League? Gold Coast United. Is it A, Shane Smeltz, B, Michael Thwaite, C, Jason Kalina, or D, Zenon Caravella?
I'm pretty sure that's Jason Kalina. Could be Michael Thwaite, but I think Jason Kalina.
Now, I believe Michael Thwaite does play for Gold Coast United.
Still does. Did you see his video during the week?
I didn't know.
He was dancing up a storm.
Yeah, need to have a look.
Maybe we can close the show with that vision. That would be a good way to go out tonight. No.
There we go, Conch. Your answer is who?
Jason Kalina, C.
Spot on. Jason Kalina was an old captain of the Clive Palmer-owned club from 2009-10 until 2010-11 season before Michael Thwaite took over and led the club in its final season. Just like the Fury, a reincarnated version is currently strutting its stuff in the Queensland Premier League, and from all reports, one day hope to be part of the new second division. So,
all right, so Michael's coming home with a wet sail there in the pub up in Ballarat. He's looking pretty good, but let's see if Andrew can knock him out of the contention with success in question 10.
Okay. Final question for you as it stands. Picture quiz. Which Belgium club calls this stadium its home? A, Standard Liège, C, Anderlecht, or D, Club Brugge? 10 seconds, start now.
I'll go Standard Liège.
You're going to go A.
B.
Sorry, Andrew.
B, Standard Liège.
Standard Liège. Very sorry, I can't hear with the noise in the pub. Standard Liège is correct. Win the tie. No, it's not. Bruges is the answer. Club plays home games at the Bridal Stadium, which is owned by the city of Bruges and has capacity of 20,000. UEFA European Championships, which Balban co-hosted with the Netherlands. Club Brugge, city rivals Cercle Bruges, are also current co-tenants of the Jan Breudel Stadium, but it's reported the club will leave the stadium in 2024 after a new stadium is set to be built right next door. So, Michael, you have this question to take us into our second tie break in as many games. Are you ready?
Yes.
The stadium is the home of which Slovenian First Division club? Is it A, NK, B, Mura, C, Gorica, or D, Olympia Ljubljana? The 10 seconds start now.
Absolutely guess A.
Very confident. He was straight in there with A then, Steve.
Yeah, he was jumped on that one like an opportunist in the 6-yard box, but is he going to lock that one in?
He's locking it in. Is he correct to take us into a tie break? A.N.K. Maribor. Unfortunately, it's not. It's Olympia who play at that first division in the first division in the Slovenian league. So, after 10 questions, Yarovil Gori limp home 6-5 winners over Sebastopol Vikings, Steve.
Yeah, what a close contest. I've actually been to that stadium in 2013 as well. It holds 16,000, so it could be like something we see with Western United's new ground. Similar sort of size, be good. But that's it. It's full-time in the quarter-final and match day 12, the full-time score there. Andrew Taylor representing Yarovil Glory in style there, holding out for a 6-5 win over the Sebastopol Vikings, represented by Michael Besija. He was coming to us live from the pub tonight. Nothing new for us regional Victorians, but it certainly angered a lot of our Melbourne viewers, so we do apologise for that. There's no malice intended there. So, Michael, thanks for your contribution tonight. No. I'm sure you can hang your head, keep your head high after getting through the first round and getting through to the quarterfinals of this competition. It wasn't a good start for you, but you came home with a wet sail. So I'm not sure if it was a few trips to the bar at halftime or what it was that worked, but you certainly stepped it up in the second half.
No worries. And look, and just again to Ed and his family, condolences, and I wish you all the best with the I don't really know what to say, but just our thoughts are with you. So I suppose that's all I want to say.
Brilliant.
Okay, Michael, thanks for your kind words there tonight and your time to come and join us tonight. We'll let you get back to the bar now, and good luck for Villa when they take on Fulham at 2:45 on Tuesday morning. I'm sure you set the alarm there for that one, and you can enjoy it. Thank you very much, Michael, and a good evening to you.
Cheers, guys. Thanks,
Michael. Cheers.
Thank you. Now over to Andrew there. What was the key to your victory tonight, mate?
A few guesses, and I think I got pretty lucky on the multiple point question as well. So that obviously got me over the line.
I reckon it was because you came on late, mate, and just felt you just give a little bit of psychology playing there. Yeah. But,
exactly.
Great answer that. You know, it's always when if you get one of those higher point questions right, it sort of sets you up for the game, really. But well played.
I'll keep that in mind for the next round.
There we go.
There you go. Well, I'm sure you can leave this night with a smile on your face. You'll go through to that semi-final. That will be in a week's time on Sunday, the 4th of October. That will be against Jordan Wilkes of St Albans. So we're looking forward to that clash there.
I know Wilkesy well.
There you go. So the banter should be high for that particular semi-final, as I'm sure it will be with the Gorspich Bears. Marco Buterat's competing against Anthony Banavarts from North Geelong Warriors in the first semi-final, which is coming up on Thursday, the 1st of October. So congratulations to you, Andrew. You take the voucher from Hopheads tonight, $50 store voucher for Hopheads in Altona and Point Cook. Thank you for providing us with those vouchers to the crew there at Hopheads. Now we look forward to competing, next week in the semi-finals. And good luck. You got your boys are on at 9:00 tonight against the Blades. How do you think they're going to go?
I'm pretty confident, to be honest. We've been playing some good football so far. So, yeah, I don't think any game's easy, but fingers crossed.
yeah, we're looking forward to watching that one as well. And nice to watch a game in a good time slot as a neutral at least anyway. So I'm sure it will be a good clash. All right. Well, thank you very much again for your time, Andrew. We look forward to catching up with you in a week's time. Rest up, go and do your recovery now, and we'll get you on the screen next week for that big clash against Jordan Wilkes. Well done again tonight, mate. Congratulations through to the next round there, Andrew Taylor of Yarraville Glory, and a good evening to you.
Well done, Andrew.
See ya.
Speak to you
Thank you. Well, there you have it, Craig. That's it. That is the quarterfinals done and dusted for the inaugural Hopheads Football IQ quiz. And who's on the screen with us now? It's none other than tonight's question man, the man who wrote some of the best questions we've had so far in this competition. We channeled some forgotten, fallen A-League clubs.
Bit of everything. I was a bit of this,
a bit of stadium guesser. It was fantastic.
A big call out to Maxi Santich, who reckons that I'm the best quiz master ever. But I must admit, for pure entertainment, nothing beats Craig's Aguero.
Whoa. Let's go back a step. Maxi Sanchez actually said, my best quiz ever. Thanks, Tonchi. Best questions ever.
There you go. Enough said.
We've said on a couple of occasions how hard it is to get questions and put them together. It takes a lot of time, but some great questions there.
But I'll tell you what, my greatest crowning moment was the fact that I stumped Michael Long. He had no idea, he reckons, with some of those questions. So for the first time in God knows how many weeks, Michael Long was at a bit of a loss. But good stuff. And by the way, thanks to Michael for doing last week's, or was it Thursday's questions? Yeah, as you said, Craig, it takes a lot of time. People would be very, very surprised. But we try and do our best, that's for sure. Gents, let's go through that very, very quickly once again through the fixtures. There we go. There's the fixtures up on screen of the semi-finals. Gospich Bears taking on North Geelong Warriors. That should be a massive showdown this Thursday at 7 p.m. And then this time next week on Sunday, 4th of October, St. Albans Saints taking on Yarraville Glory. The big Western Suburbs derby should be an absolute classic. But what about Michael and his pub? Geez, every time a car would go past, far out, I was stressing out big time.
The Matzo back on, wasn't
it? Yeah. Oh, geez. Oh well, that was good. It was good. We finally managed to in the end succeed and have some sort of a program going. So that was good to see.
It'd be really interesting now with the semi-finals, Tunch. You know, we've got 3 Croatian clubs in there and Yarraville Glory. Unfortunately for us, that we were hoping that Kim Jong Andrews was going to release some of his restrictions today, but clearly that's not going to happen. So it looks as if we are going to have a virtual final. However, it's still going to be a fantastic, and we could still have a all Croatian final.
We could. You never know. All right, gents, thank you very much. On that note, I think we're going to leave. And once again, as a final farewell, our hearts, prayers, thoughts go out to Ed Gauchi's family on the passing of the great man earlier today, and to everyone involved with the Caroline Springs George Cross Football Club. It was a somber note to start the show, but we certainly, hopefully, that we've paid tribute in some small way to a great man, a fantastic servant of the game, and one whose legacy will continue well and truly when all of us are gone. So Ed Gauchi, rest in peace.
Absolutely. Well done, guys.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. You can now get takeaway Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Phone your order through on 7021 0555 between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Head to our website, georgesonvista.com.au, to check out our menu, combo packs and our specials. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from George's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.